right, Jethro. Show yourself. Or do you want us to come in after you? Hold it! Hold your fire. Mister, you're sticking your nose where it oughtn't to be.
Could be. But 3 against 1 is rigging the odds a little too much for my stomach.
That's too bad. But you weren't invited to the party.
I've just invited myself in, mister. I'm driving a hurdle up north. I don't want a gun-happy cowpoke stampeding them for me. Now, suppose the 3 of you get on your horses and make tracks.
Hey, you! Come on out here.
Well, you showed up just in time, mister. I want to thank you. My name's Jethro.
What's it all about?
Nothing more than a little argument over a card game. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is. It's Sam Jethro, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. But I don't remember having had the pleasure of seeing you before.
You haven't, but I've seen you. They were throwing you out of a gambling house in Kansas City.
Fortunes of war.
Yeah. Which way you headed?
South?
Let me give you a tip, Mr. Jethro. When you get to Cimarron City, don't stop. Just keep right on going.
Why should I do that? I hear it's a friendly town.
You heard right. But we don't cotton much to card sharps there.
And who is we, may I ask?
My name is Rockford. Matt Rockford. I'm the mayor. Unfortunately, Sam Jethro didn't take my advice. 5 days later, he was already in trouble.
That's Sam Jethro's room. If he's got Ruthie up there, I'll kill him. Talk won't do it.
You're a real sweet kid, honey. And believe me, you don't deserve working out at Barker's ranch 17, 18 hours a day. Putting up with his abuse. You won't regret trusting me, honey.
This is Lane Temple, Deputy Sheriff.
Go away, I'm busy.
Where is she? I knew it. This is what I get for taking you my home. Treating you like my own daughter.
I don't owe you anything.
Shame on me. Making me the laughing stock.
Take it easy, Barker.
Were you going to run off with that filth? Or did he tell you he's going to open one of his saloons here in Cimarron City?
I ain't done anything I'm ashamed of. And I ain't going back out there with you. I ain't! Oh!
Stop it, Barker! Stop it!
Go on home, Ruthie.
Hold it, Green! Give me my gun.
After Jethro's out of town. You've got 5 minutes to clear out, Jethro.
You gonna let him ride out after what he's done?
I'm handling this, Barker. You and Green wait downstairs.
Get started.
Put him over a fast horse and head him out of town.
Miss Purcell, I'm so glad the stagecoach driver told us to come here.
The only other accommodations in town are some rooms over Jed Fame's saloon. Hardly suitable for two ladies.
Oh, well, this is just lovely.
Thank you, Mrs. Atkins. It's $1 a day per person or $12 a week for both.
We'll take it for a week.
All right. If there's anything you need, please call me.
Oh, Miss Purcell. Is there a Mr. Jethro staying here? Sam Jethro?
Well, there was a Sam Jethro staying at the Oklahoma saloon, but he left town 2 nights ago.
Oh, thank you.
We're having fights in town every day now. Last night again, outside the saloon.
Yeah, I know. The sheriff and I broke it up. One of your men was in it, Barker.
The other folks started it. Just a drifter. The kind that always means trouble. You should have run him out of town.
Seems to me you want to run most everyone out of town.
If you'd have got rid of Sam Jethro sooner, Ruthie would never have run off.
You're the one gave Ruthie cause to run away, Barker. The whole town knows how you treated her.
Shoe the horse and save your speech.
I'll have my say at the meeting tonight.
Lady.
Oh, Miss Beth.
Oh, hello, Mr. Barker.
What is it, Beth?
Something just happened now.
What?
2 women who just rented rooms in my boarding house asked for Sam Jethro.
Jethro? What kind of women are they?
Well, they seem very nice, well-dressed, a mother and a daughter.
If they're some of Jethro's women,
I'll go have a talk with him as soon as I get this shoe set.
go ahead. The horse and I will be around. I'm betting Jethro's women won't.
Yes?
Excuse me, I wondered if I could talk to you for a minute.
Well, Mother and I are just getting settled.
I'm Lane Temple, deputy sheriff.
I'm Nora Atkins.
Miss Atkins?
And this is my mother.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Beth Purcell told me about you 2 ladies, that you were asking about Sam Jethro.
Oh, yes. Miss Purcell told us he'd left town.
That's right. Miss Atkins, how well did you know Sam Jethro?
We met him in Kansas City. He told us he meant to go west and go into business here in Cimarron City.
Did he tell you what kind of business?
Certainly. He was going to buy land and open up an office here.
Well, the business he wanted to go into was operating a cheap dance hall.
A dance hall?
That's right. When he started talking to some of the young girls around town, he was run out.
Oh, how awful. Oh, Nora, I can't believe that. Why, Mr. Jethro seems so respectable. Do you know where he went? I mean, Mother and I, we invested some money with him. Of course, we had no idea he was that sort of man.
All I know is he can't come back here.
Oh, what are we going to do? I don't know. I'll have to have time to think.
If I can be of any help.
You've been very kind, Mr. Temple.
I'm sorry to be the one to give you such bad news.
You couldn't help that.
Maybe I'll see you this evening.
I board here at Beth's, too.
Maybe.
Bye.
How did it go?
Well, it seems they'd given Jethro some money to invest here in Cimarron City. That's why they were asking about him. They say they didn't know the nature of the business.
Lane, doesn't it seem strange that the daughter, what's her name?
Nora, why?
Well, she seems too keen to be taken in by a man like Jethro.
Well, that occurred to me, too. Maybe the mother did it without asking. If it's true, it's a shame.
She is pretty, isn't she? A heavy-handed, bungling fool. I knew it was a mistake to let him come here ahead of us.
Well, maybe it was a mistake, but you still let him come.
Well, he had to go somewhere when they ran him out of Kansas City, didn't he?
Oh, tell the truth, Nora. You're fed up with Sam Jethro when he's not around, but just let him show up, put his arms around you, and...
Shut up, Maggie.
Is that a nice way to talk to your dear old mother?
And don't overdo the mother act. If we're not careful, we'll get the same ride out of Cimarron City that Sam Jethro got.
Oh, no. That handsome deputy would never let him do that to you, and you know it. I've seen him fall hard in my time, but you could have heard him in San Francisco.
If I played my cards right, he could be useful, couldn't he?
How?
Suppose we decide to stay in Cimarron City.
But Sam can't come back here.
I'm talking about us.
Oh. Well, what about the 20,000 we got for the place in Kansas City?
Is it our fault Sam isn't here to collect his hat? Is it our fault that he spoiled his chances of opening a place here?
Are you figuring on keeping all of it?
Well, we're here and Sam isn't.
That's the truth.
So we're not as stupid as Sam. We don't have to rush into anything.
Honey, how'd you get so smart so young?
My inheritance from my brilliant father, Maggie, who drank himself to death. My clever mother, who left me to starve because I interfered with her work.
Oh, what I'd give to be your age with your future. Nothing can stop you. You've got everything. Looks, brains, and no heart.
Here comes one of Jethro's girls. Miss Atkins?
Yes.
We've heard some very interesting things about you.
Oh,
We just thought we'd like some first-hand information.
on what subject?
You and Jethro.
What little I know, I've already told the deputy sheriff. Now, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen,
You asked us to believe that Sam Jethro cheated you out of a lot of money.
I only ask that you step out of my way.
Breen, I think the lady would like to pass.
We only wanted to have a friendly talk with the lady.
The lady don't want to be friendly.
That's her privilege.
I didn't hear you want to yell for help. Why are you horning in?
I was worried about you. After all, Breen, you're only twice as big as she is.
Are you hurt?
Nah. Shall I see you to the boarding house?
No bother. I think I'll be quite safe now.
From Sam?
He's in a place called Meadsville. About 40 miles from here, he says. He's anxious to see us.
I'll bet.
Us and the money.
Wants us to take the next coach west. So, we take the first coach out tomorrow morning, huh? Why? Why should we?
Well, now that we know where Sam is and that he's expecting us.
Oh, Maggie. If it were the other way around and Sam had the money and we were in Meadsville, do you think he'd be in any hurry to join us?
What's on your mind, honey?
I want to stay here. It's the perfect setup. I like the place.
So, while we prosper in Cimarron City, poor old Sam sweats it out in Meadsville, huh?
Let him sweat.
Honey, Sam can be pretty rough now, you know that.
I'm not a kid anymore, Maggie.
And look, he's been pretty good to us, too, in his time.
Sam Jethro never gave me anything he didn't get paid for, in full. I don't owe him a thing. You stay here with me, Maggie, or you take your share and you go to poor old Sam in Meadsville. Oh. I know what I want. And Cimarron City is the place to get it.
Anything wrong, Miss Atkins?
Oh, Mr. Temple. No, nothing's wrong. It's just such a lovely evening, it seems a shame to stay indoors.
It is pleasant out here.
The air's so clean, so fresh.
We have open country all around us.
What we could see when we came in on the stage looked beautiful. I suppose you've explored most of it.
Oh, I ride out whenever I find the time.
Maybe sometime. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
You mean maybe sometime you and I could ride out together?
Oh, I'd love it. Mother and I have been in our room so much since we came. Maybe sometime when you're going, you'll just take me along.
How about tomorrow afternoon?
I'd love it. If you feel like going tomorrow afternoon.
I'm sure.
Now, wait a minute. I say let's keep Cimarron City the way it is.
You're right.
Blow the town open and you're only asking for trouble.
All right.
Bringing those cattle drives through here means letting cowhands and wranglers come in after a month or more on a trail. Men like that roaming the streets means trouble. All kinds of trouble.
Parker, let me ask you a question.
I ain't finished yet.
Let him talk. He's got a right.
This is an open meeting. Silas, you ask your question.
Cattle's run through here before. Name is just one, for instance, of a cowhand or a wrangler who made any real trouble.
You gotta stop trouble before it starts.
But you don't have to go out barring it.
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead, Jed.
Cattle coming through here means big business. Good business. But if you ask me, Fred Barker here hasn't a thought of the town or any one of us. And he's trying his darndest to keep all beef from coming through but his own. That's not true.
If I ran a saloon like you do, Jed Fame, I guess I'd be for bringing in drunks and drifters, too.
Listen, I'm running a business here.
That's for
Hold on here, all of you. Let me say my say. You elected me sheriff of Cimarron City to keep law and order. I haven't been long at this job, but I aim to do just that. No matter who comes to town.
And I'll back the sheriff on that. Nobody's claiming that cowhands and wranglers are saints. They've got their right here just as much as anybody.
Now, I knew this meeting was a waste of time. Nobody listens to talk.
Well, then, unless someone else got something to say, this meeting's over.
Temple. We want to know about those women friends of Jethro's. You run them out?
Until they break the law, they've got just as much right here as you have, Barker.
You feel the same about Jethro? You figure to invite him back to town, too, maybe?
Sam Jethro's gone. For good. And he's gone without a killing on anybody's hands. You can't ask for better than that.
Yes, we can, Temple. We can ask for a lot better. And we aim to get it.
Howdy.
Yeah, that's a good idea, you riding out to meet the herd and having a talk with that trail boss.
We might save ourselves some trouble.
We want them to be welcome. We just don't want anything happening to give Barker and Green any more cause to complain.
Right.
Like me to keep an eye on the stables for you?
No, Pete's looking after it. And say, I'll be right back. I've got sort of an important appointment about 2:30.
Got us a good early start this morning. When do you figure we'll get in Cimarron City?
Late afternoon, I guess.
Howdy.
Hi.
Looking for the trail boss. That happen to be you?
Frank?
Well, how was the drive?
Oh, not bad. How's everything with you?
Good to see you in Cimarron City.
Here he comes.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Lane Temple.
Frank Shanley. What can I do for you?
Well, the sheriff thought you might like to know the situation in town before you and your boys rode into it.
Yeah, I reckon we've faced that before. Some people just don't like trail hands and wranglers.
To know us is to love us.
Yeah. Suppose I ride back in town with you. Sort of set the sheriff's mind at ease.
It's a good idea.
All right, McGee, I'll see you later.
Move 'em out, boys.
Let's get back to Barker and tell him about this. Don't worry, Sheriff. I'll put my men on their best behavior.
As long as your herd comes and goes without any disturbance in the town, then nobody's going to take this Barker seriously.
Oh, I promise you, nobody in my outfit will start anything.
Well, that's good enough for us, then.
Well, since we've had our little talk, got it over with, I think to get myself a drink, shave, and a good meal.
See you later, then. Thanks, Lane.
You won't be needing me anymore, will you, Sheriff?
Oh, that town dance tonight. We'd better both be there just to see that no one gets out of line.
I'm counting on it.
Hey, Temple, can I buy you a drink?
Thanks, Mr. Shanley, but I'm kind of busy this afternoon.
Ah, lucky man. Lady don't like to be kept waiting, huh?
Is any lady?
Frank Shanley.
Maggie!
Frank!
Oh, this is better than Christmas, Maggie. Oh, ain't you a welcome sight?
What
What are you doing in Cimarron City?
Oh, the usual thing. Head usher for a herd of cattle coming through. Doggone. Been a long time.
Abilene.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Oh, hey, there was the town, huh?
Oh, it hasn't changed at all. And neither of you. Oh, say, what about talking over old times over a drink?
Oh, sure. Oh, wait. Oh,
What's the matter?
no, I can't.
Why not?
Well, you'll never believe this, but I'm supposed to be a respectable widow in this town.
A
And respectable widows are just not seen in saloons.
Well, look, I'll tell you what we'll do. I got a room there at the Oklahoma. We'll have them send up a bottle
Oh,
and...
no, Frank, that's even worse.
Oh, look, Maggie. What's wrong with a nice, respectable drink? Oh, come on, Maggie. Huh?
Well, since you put it that way. Old friend, come on. We'll have that drink.
Come on.
Frank!
Hey, let's go right down over here.
Hi, Phyllis. What's the matter with everybody?
Maggie, if you don't want to stay, it's all right with me. I don't want to cause you any trouble.
This is the first time I felt comfortable since I hit this town.
Well...
Come on.
Oh.
Thank you, Frank.
Pardon me, ma'am, but aren't you the lady who...
I'm the lady who's getting sway back, carrying a load of respectability around.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hey, didn't we come in here for a drink?
Maggie, we sure did. Hey, bartender, the lady and I need a drink.
Bring the bottle.
I wish I'd known you in Kansas City when you were growing up.
I'm glad you didn't.
Why?
You'd have thought I was terribly dull.
No, I wouldn't have.
We were so close, my mother and father and me. Always together. We had so much fun.
What did your father do?
He was a businessman. All the most important men in town came to him for advice. Yet, practical as he was a dreamer, too. Like you, Lane. Gentle and unselfish.
Was it after your father's death that your mother met Sam Jethro? Oh, I'm sorry, Nora. I shouldn't have mentioned his name.
I understand. That's all you really know about me, isn't it? Sam Jethro. I wish I could forget the name. I've tried to forget. For the first time in my life, I found somebody that I'd love to be with. Love to talk to.
I'm glad of that, Nora.
Lane, what lies ahead of us could be so much more. What's over and done with, so much more wonderful.
I better see what's going on over there.
Be careful, Lane.
I will. Go back to town, Nora.
It's our job to get them into town by dark. We aim to do just that, one way or the other.
do is sit tight. They're the ones that are going to have to move out.
Hey! Tell him men to hold their fire! You heard what I said? Don't try anything. Let those cattle through.
Well, what if them trailhands try to gun us down?
McGee! This is Lane Temple. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
They let you through. Are you willing to call it quits?
Well, there ain't none of us hurt. We'd like to keep it that way.
Okay, McGee, run them through.
Okay, boys, let's move them out.
Maggie? Where have you been? Shopping? You've been drinking.
I ran into an old friend, Frank Shanley. Oh, honey, always stick to old friends. He took me to the Oklahoma Saloon. Oh, you know, only the best people go there.
You let the whole town see a man pick you up, take you into a saloon, buy you a drink.
Not a drink, honey, I had several.
Oh, you spoiled everything.
Why? It's the only time I've had any laughs since we left Kansas City.
You're drunk.
Well, so are you. You've been drunk ever since we got to this town. Drunk with respectability. And honey, what a hangover you're gonna have when you sober up. Oh, listen. Let's go get the next stage and meet Jethro like you said in the letter, huh?
I never want to see Sam again.
Honey, what's the matter with you? Lane. Say, you're not kidding your old Maggie, are you?
I wish I were. I don't know how it happened. It's foolish, I know. Nothing can ever come of it. It's too late. Much too late.
Does he know about you?
I was going to tell him tonight at the dance. But now I won't have to. I won't be going with him.
Oh.
I'm not blaming you, Maggie. I'm not blaming you for anything. It's much better this way. Oh, Lane. I was worried about you.
Worried?
Oh, at gunfire this afternoon.
There was Brain and some of his boys. They tried to stop the cattle from coming into town. It didn't work. Nora, I figure people have to be honest with each other.
You heard about my mother, didn't you?
Maybe she doesn't understand that ladies just don't go into places like the Oklahoma Saloon.
Lane, Maggie spent the last 20 years in places like the Oklahoma Saloon. Everything I told you today was a lie. Maggie's not my mother. My mother left me to starve when I was 3. And my father, that kind and gentle man, he drank himself to death because it was the easy way out. And that's what I've always looked for, too. The easy way out. Shortcuts and soft touches. I was going to open a place here, like the place I had in Kansas City. Oh, I made a big play for you, because I knew you could get me what I wanted. Maybe now you'd like to hear about Sam Jethro and me.
No.
Lane, one more thing. Believe me, I'm being honest now. I've no more reason to lie. You've awakened something in me. I must have been asleep an awfully long time. I didn't even know it was there. I'd like to forget the past, Jethro. I'd like nothing but to be with you and stay with you. But it just happened. I found you 5 years too late.
Nora!
No, there's nothing more to say.
Crying. I can't take a red-eyed girl to the dance.
No, you can't go with me. That's impossible.
Listen to me. What you just told me, that's over and done with. You came to a new town to start a new life. That's what really matters to me. And to most folks here. What you are and want to be. Not what you were. Be ready in an hour.
So they try to keep you boys from coming into town.
We had a pretty fair little chivalry going until Lane Temple stepped in and broke it up.
Well, the way some people talk, you think you fellas had fewer brains and less manners than your cattle.
You know anybody in here that'd like to say that to my face?
Oh, you wouldn't find any of that crowd in here now. They're over at the dance.
You be interested in doing a little dancing?
I don't think so. Shanley told us to stay away from there.
Well, they wouldn't let you in anyway.
I got 2 tickets.
Well, let's have another drink to travel on. Fill them up again, and don't be stingy.
Body partner, all join hands and circle, let's go round the hall and circle, let the break, bring the get back home, break and swing, everybody swing. Now 1, 3, go forward, up and back. Now forward again, turn the opposite lady, right hand around, get a partner to the left hand around. Your corner's all right hand around, get a partner to the left hand around. Promenade that corner girl, gonna take a little walk, go around the world. Promenade to go 2 by 2, get back home, here's what you do. Your body a partner, your corner's all. And that's it, folks, that's it, that's all.
Let's get some punch before it's all gone.
I really don't.
Hi, everybody. Any punch left?
I really don't care for any punch, Lane. Please take me home.
Why?
I'm having a good time.
That's not true. You certainly care what your friends think.
If they don't like you, that's just too bad.
Lane.
Come on, folks, take your places for the next square dance. We'll have a little bit of that old birdie in the cage.
I told him to stay away from here.
Come Come on, honey, how about a little dance?
Stay right here.
Oh, come on. Call the boys off! You call them off!
I told you, stay out of here. Keep out.
Okay, bring it up! You're under arrest for starting all of this.
Are you crazy coming back to this town?
You didn't give me much choice, honey.
Why did you let him up here?
Well, I thought that if somebody saw him hanging around outside and recognized him, they might shoot us all.
Maggie's been telling me some interesting facts, Nora.
Maggie talks too much.
Depends on how you look at it.
You came back for the money, didn't you?
Among other things.
There's the whole 20,000. You and Maggie take it.
Leave us alone, Maggie.
Sam, please.
Get out. Well, my darling, money means nothing to you? Old friends are shoved aside? For what?
You've got the money. That's what you wanted. Now we're quits.
Just like that. Look, honey, the last 3 years you
All
and I...
I'm trying to do is forget these last 3 years.
They're part of you, Nora. They're part of us.
I've killed them. Nothing can bring them back. Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me again.
All right. Strictly business. I've got a new spot lined up in Meadsville, bigger than Kansas City. I need you to help me put it over. 50-50, Nora.
I'm not going with you.
I don't believe this change that's come over you. You look the same to me, the same shrewd little... Has your young man seen your claws, honey? Or are you saving them till after you get married?
Please. Please, just go.
This poor hick is in for a lot of surprises, isn't he?
He knows all about me.
And he still wants you. Well, I bet I could open his eyes in 2 minutes.
Please. Just go.
All right. I'm leaving. I'll be real easy to find in Meadsville. And don't fool yourself, honey. You'll be looking me up. I'll give you a month. Maybe less. Oh, I met that young man of yours. He's got quite a reputation in this town. But how far do you think he'll get, honey? Dragging you on his coattails. He'll be lucky if they don't give him the same treatment they gave me. Now, if you really want to help this guy, you'll pile in the rig with Maggie and me and head for Meadsville, where you belong.
Wait. I'm coming with you.
Only one man on guard. The rest are still at the saloon. Now listen, you two. Take care of that cowhand. Then let them loose. Fire a few shots and haze them out.
When this is over, no one in Cimarron City is going to welcome another trail herd.
Get going.
Hi, I'm looking for your trail boss. McGee's in jail. The rest of the guys are down at the saloon lapping it up. Say, ain't you the guy?
Those are Jethro's women.
Wonder where they're slipping off to. Breen, take care of them cattle.
You give you any trouble?
No. Mount up.
Sam?
Took you long enough.
Oh, we came as fast as we could.
Get the bags in the rig.
Jethro!
Sam! Oh, Sam! Sam's hurt bad.
What is it, Parker?
Get him!
Sam!
Nora.
Nora, where you hurt, honey? Where you hurt?
When I came back to Cimarron City, I heard what had happened while I was away. It seemed to have affected Lane Temple more than anyone else. But I knew he'd learned a great deal about people, and especially about a girl he'd miss, who'd caused a change in his life and the lives of many others here in Cimarron City.